Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone can hear me. We were just doing some interesting things with the computer, but since we couldn't work it out, we're not going to have that today. I had told you I was going to have the children's angels singing, and they do exist. We just couldn't figure out. We forgot we're not on YouTube, we're on StreamYard, and we have to figure that out. So, another time. And what made it all so late is we had a profound thing outside in our yard here. We're like second floor up, so we started seeing all these vultures flying. We never see one vulture, and there maybe been 12, 13 of them. And then we followed where they went, and there was a bald eagle sitting there eating. It had its back to them, and he'd raise up their head. All he had to do was flap his wings, and they would all back up and go up flying again. So he was eating something on the edge of the lake here. We couldn't really tell what. So that went on for a while, and we were amazed how more kept coming when we never see them. There was a lot in the yard. And this one bald eagle eating, and then he'd flip his wings, and they would all scatter. And then finally, once when they were all up flying, he was moving around, but then we saw him pick something up. It was maybe about this long and flew off. He was taking it with him. They came down and scavenged the area, but all left. So another day in the life of birds of prey. We're very connected to the eagles, so to be able to see one that's full grown with his full white head and white tail was very powerful. So I apologize that we have to go into StreamYard and figure out how we do a sharing today, because what I want you to hear in the voice, I'll explain why I was doing that, because a number of people, as we've been working along on various things, have wanted to do sound singing similar to what I do. But I wanted everyone to hear there is a vibration of God's voice that comes out of those who are able to do that. You have to have that awareness, that connection, working with a group of beings that hold that for you. And you have to work hard on really developing within you a frequency and vibration that will hold that light. So I was going to let you see children and hear them sing, and how that frequency and what that was, and if you ever feel that, because it's working with the angels, will be even more powerful for you if you begin to understand their frequency and can create that in your energy field to come within it. Yes, I know people call in angels, but there's a greater fine tuning to the reality of all of it. And it is about your work and your diligence on your own path and your frequency and consciousness that's changing to be able to have them come in. I had a call from someone today. She was a practitioner, worked on someone who she felt had a lot of darkness and couldn't get rid of it. Oh, I called in everybody. Well, we have to understand it's not just about calling people in. You must be aware of their frequency and their job and how well they know their job, and that there is no doubt, or you wouldn't have to call a lot of them in. So if any of that sounds like some of you, you need to go back into your inner work and keep developing your heart so that your frequency comes on a level that you can have that level of perception of the angels, of their frequency and that which it does. Or let's say you call in Michael and to cut the cords. Well, let me just say, that doesn't come from, let me call in Michael and just cut the cords. No, it's an experience, much as when you're starting to open your vision and have perception. There is a frequency to it. And to be able to begin to see with that frequency and to have a knowing, because then you only have to call on one thing. And you know who it is, and you know of their truth and your truth. And so it would be gone just in the process, because nothing dark would be able to come and to be around you if you're in full understanding of the truth of who you are. Now, at times when you go out to the mall or out on the car, we always say God's driving the car, but we just don't say it for saying. We go in our hearts and we feel that God is driving my car. And you can have Michael's angels if you've worked with Michael and have that around you. Michael on the right, Michael on the left, Michael in the front, Michael in the back, Michael above, Michael below, Michael, wherever we go. So you can feel that if you've attained that. And there's no need to call Michael in again for probably the day, because he hears you from the frequency that you hold in your heart. And they will always come to support you when you come from here. But you must learn it's not just a saying. There is an experience and an understanding and a raising of your consciousness to be able to achieve that. So I'm seeing people come here. All right. Good morning, Carol, Mara, Cavell, Annie, good morning. Barbara Ward, Marby. Let me see here. And Marby again, saying hello to everyone. And I see Cavell again. And Jules is here. So good morning, everyone. I'm so sorry, but I was explaining if you came late, we saw an eagle and vultures having their own dance outside. So with something who had passed and made me late. And then we realized I'm in SteamYard and didn't know how to share a thing. Because, we talk about angels, but we really don't talk about angels. We call them in. Even before, when I just did angel readings, those angel readings came to those who had that capacity to hold that high of a consciousness and have it come to them. So really, everything here is always about the healing of the self, achieving your own mastery, achieving a heart that isn't just a human heart, it's a divine heart and holds divine feelings. But that's why we can't hear them sing today, but I will figure it out when I have time today, hopefully. And what do we do this weekend? We rested. That's the best word to say. We had some work to do and decided that's what we needed, is just to relax and not have a schedule. So there you go. I rested and I saw that houses and places to live are way too expensive. I can't imagine how the world's surviving. Really, I can't. So we chose to pray for that, to become more humanly possible and feasible for everyone. And if you already have your home, God bless you. You do not know how blessed you are, because it's a war out there. So, angels. There's a lot of different angels, which at some point I will have an angel day or weekend and we'll go over them. But that's not going to be today either. But we can certainly talk about ways that you can have angels come in and affect your life, because you do all have a guardian angel and an archangel. Now, the archangel, for most of us that I've checked with, is Michael. So, for those of you who feel you have a great relationship with Michael, you can call him in now. Okay? And he carries a sword that illuminates and creates whatever he needs to be doing or generating for you and your protection. Stands on your right side, and not what most people understand, but he is blue and he can be red. Understand that in that realm you can choose to be what you want to be. Like if he was coming for a divine reason, he would be blue. If he was coming for a reason to actually protect you from something negative, he would probably be red. But my most important message today is, where is your heart and how does it feel when you call Michael in? Is it reverent? And I think I want to thank Spirit for giving me that word to say, because this is a world that requires respect and reverence and what some people might just say awe. But once you have built that relationship, the allness becomes, what do I want to say? Allows you a greater expansion just by knowing he's in your presence. It would like illuminate and take every cell of your being and raise it to a different place. So let's do that all together here for a moment. We called in Michael. Yeah, see, it's a lot of energy. And this depends on the energy you hold, to what level he can work with you to expand you. I'm not saying you're not a lot of expansion, but it'll grow. It grows all the time still for me, so I'm sure it's going to be growing for you. So let's ask Michael to help us with health. All right? He has a lot to do with the veins and arteries. And so I want you to ask him to put his sword tip right here on both hands. And let's balance whatever maybe it's just to have a greater health and a movement through your heart. But he can also help with blood pressure or many various things, nerves, and see if you can feel that energy as he touches that, as he is blue. You might find you need to take a breath to let more in, but in that process, you are also growing in consciousness. Because if you feel something that you've not felt before, then your awareness is growing. Good morning, Tammy Lynn, sorry. Thank you for getting here with us today. We have called in Archangel Michael. I call him Lord Michael, just how it's always been for us, I don't know. And asked him to touch our veins, arteries, and the nerves, let's add, to help us with calmness, to help the balance of whatever way you might now come into a place of being shown. If you have blood pressure, how to begin to naturally let it shift. And if you don't believe, that's exactly why I'm talking about. You can't call in things from heaven that you don't believe in. And maybe someone says, well, maybe I need to see it to believe it. Then I want you to place that doubt down into the earth. And I want you to go inside your heart, put your one hand there, and say, I believe. You know, it does all stem back to believing in God and all God's beings that are here to help him. I believe. And no matter who you are and where you've sat before, this should have a movement of even a greater expansion, because it's really what the journey is always about, is studying and understanding and allowing your awareness to come into a deeper awareness that God is so. It is how it is. We are, most likely, have been angels of his before. There's even ways that you can go and find the history of you as an angel. So many things. But if you only get so far with your understanding, you can never get over that hump into a place where you can become even more inquisitive and ask for more to be shown to you. So, Michael, would you please take your hand and touch everyone's heart right now in this moment with all your love, all your respect, all your understanding, so that we can have a knowingness of your truth. For we desire to believe very deeply in you, knowing that you're always at our right hand, ready to respond to our call. So just breathe for a moment. So you may feel your aura begin to spin with you, so gently. You may feel a sense of happiness. Very good. And if there is a fear, imagine it like a piece of lint and let it go. It doesn't have anywhere to belong here. For you're becoming the light that you are. Wherever and whatever level of development you're at, feel what it's like for you and Michael together to be one. Atapakishina mahita pahata. Woke potonane. Ate yakete shoo. Yes, he does have other angels around him. So there's never a lack of that which whatever you need. Ready for this? So tell me, how do some of you, can you feel that? Can you allow your mind to be quiet and to let your heart be that which speaks to you? It's very challenging sometimes to quiet the mind. And if your mind is still working, it doesn't want to believe there's something else, because the ego wants to believe in that aspect of you. So we must quiet the mind as we go down into the root and let the ego, let your higher self, if you've asked for it, if she's or he's ever come, let them take the mind into a room and let it quiet, let it rest. Mm-hmm. And for right now, what does it feel like in your heart to know that Michael himself, Archangel Michael, is touching your heart? I always take breaths when I'm touched. So you may or may not have that same experience. But now his energy has become at one with mine. So I would think that you all have a great experience to be able to feel into your heart. Let me see if anyone's written anything. Nope. If you choose, you can just experience it. So, how do we make that one even one more? There's a being called Master Victory. And I'm sure if you're here, you know of Saint Germain. Master Victory is his protector and walks with him always. But he does work for me also. So, what let's do, if anyone wants to write, you can let me know. He carries his right hand up with a flame, a golden flame of achievement. So, if you want protection and at the same time wanting support and achieving that whichever it is you're walking towards, we're going to call in Master Victory. Again, he will also be on your right side. And he and Michael are chuckling to each other. Let's have him hold your hand on that right side. Victory. With gold light. Never, ever can be detoured by anything that's not light. And it'll become and move within the blue light of Michael, and they will become in unification. And I am assured that you're not feeling the way you felt this morning when you woke up. Sorry if you hear that, someone's car went off. Barbara Ward, her heart is expanded with a deep knowing that she's protected by Lord Michael. So, Barbara, let me know when you feel Master Victory. Different level, angels, masters, and it says her heart is expanded. It's a more, what is the difference in the feeling? For me, it's a to-do, it's done. Not that I don't have that understanding with Michael. Now I'm getting chills all over me. But victory there is. It's happening. He'll do it. Won't take long. And that's it. It's another level, higher frequency required of the heart. But for now, I'm asking for that to come in. Cavell can feel Michael all around me. Good. Excellent. I want you, as this journey continues for you, to be willing to call him Master Victory. He's just such a profound being, and I keep getting chills from him, and has a whole different sight about everything. I'm not saying Michael's not enough, but there's some of you who are growing, and Master Victory perhaps has a gift to give you. I do not know. But here he is. Marby, how does Michael feel for you? With victory, I feel I am ready. I am here. These are the words that come to me exactly. That's so wonderful. I'm getting another wave of chills, of validation that they're there, all the way down through every cell of my being. That, yes, Victory interacted with you. So now you know each other, and you will be able to call on him, Barbara, for victory, and whatever it is it might be. If you need victory, you are ready when you call him in. And whatever could be there before, I don't even want to speak it, will be gone. Anyone else? Cavell, tell me how you and Victory are, and Anik. Higher energy, we're stretching. Don't you know Monday mornings is the day for stretching and growing? How are you doing, Jules? Seeing if there's a different angel of protection here to bring to you. Someone's come. It is a monk. I don't usually require names of someone I don't know because I can feel them. So his name begins with brother. And Jules, especially, let me know if you felt, each one has felt stronger. And I called this one in for throat. Anik felt surrounded by Master Victory in a loving way. Marby feels wonderful. Good. Barbara? Well, this is proceeding pretty well. If anyone feels the monk, and again, they're all coming in on the right side. And the gift he comes to bring is honor. And we all live busy lives. It's understood that the honor and respect is such a big piece for where you want to go. And it's required. It's a necessity. It's like you have to become 51% harmless to even consider moving into ascension. So these are things that you want to work on inside yourself and feel that frequency and that vibration every time when you begin to feel more. Yes, this monk I'm going to really tune into to hear the frequency. And their names come in a frequency. So this is really a perceptual need for you to develop so that you can interpret. So Brother John, that's his name, that one who has come. So Jules, your throat, he's coming, not into your throat, but to help you with your throat, in your speaking. Here, and he's showing me books and reading. And I think you've gotten that message before. Apasha. Tommy Lynn, I know the first time here, maybe you've seen other things. How are you feeling? Myra, I didn't hear from you either. And Carol. Let me get back here to the bottom. Barbara says, I feel strength from Michael's sword, which gave me peace. Yes, and those were the words that both came, honor and respect. Tuned in. Very good, Barbara Ward. Oh, and I hope the perception of the light around you has also shifted. It's thinner and yet more powerful. The aura that's around your humanness now is very thick and defined in certain colors. But as you grow, that will shift into the lighter frequency of light. And when they come in, Cavell says he's very soothing. You may, but only, here again, if you listen to them, owning them. Music is a wonderful thing, but they come from the music of the spheres. But it is having the understanding, let it permeate into your beingness, and owning it is what something like that would call forth. You must be attentive and allow it to come be within you. And it's going to teach you that respect and honor of those sounds made by such powerful beings of the monks. Very good. Very good. Does anyone have any questions? And what do I think you should do from what I've shared with you today is call them in. And then later, call them in again. Because they're only going to become stronger. But you must be sitting in a place of respect and honor, or you will not feel them, or they will not come. They are here for your spiritual self, not just for your human self. Yes, you can help them request their help in physical situations as your spiritual being is trying to work through it. Here is Myra. I felt the pain in my back heart more sharp as if cutting. So was that with Michael or whom? You know, the back of the heart is where we need to pull out a lot of knives from betrayal. So I want you to start just letting your hand go back and imagining that there are knives and start pulling them out. And then when ready, you will feel the light embracing the healing of letting go. Betrayal, whether it's been yourself, other people, whatever you've empowered, it will move and let it go. Let me know if that feels better. Remember what I said from this morning. There was one eagle, and there were a lot of vultures. A flip of his wing, and they backed away. Why? Because they knew the energy of who he was and what he was holding inside him. So that's what you need to begin to understand as you allow yourself to. Remember to hit the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Boy, my mind just went. As you begin to hold more light, and it's powerful. It's God's light. It's not one that's going to cower down. And the eagle knows that about himself. This is mine. Go away. And they don't have that power in the same way. Thank you, Barbara Ward. Jules is sending me hearts. Okay, I hope that means you enjoyed it. Any more questions from anyone? So it's about beginning to recognize your own light and how it increases and becomes a higher light quotient is by calling in Michael and realizing how when you give it your love and your awareness, it grows and becomes more in union. Lots of different ways, mostly in being humble and having respect and honor. The light quotient grows. And as we release our patterns, it grows. And we continue to come more. So we want to give gratitude to Michael this day, and to Master Victory, and to Brother John, all for coming. And touching as many of us as can be touched. So Mara, I would like to know if you feel better now. Because that's just old stuff for you. It was not that Michael hurt you in any way. That's not even feasible. But it is letting you know that there's betrayal within yourself, I believe, and maybe also outside that you need to address. But pull those knives out and you will have a moment of relief. You're welcome, Cavell. Thank you for mentioning it. Annie, thank you for sharing. Thank you, Mother TheoSophia, for these special blessings today. Thank you to all who came today for this higher level of expansion. Excuse me. All right. So, Myra, I'm going to encircle you with my light. Okay, Jules, great. And if you're willing to receive it, or if you don't want someone's energy, it can't come. And offer you a great, soft, loving light. Thank you, and perhaps you'll come confident to where you feel to mention it. Because I am right here, right now. So, we come back tomorrow and get messages from Mother, or however that's going to look. Yes, you feel better slightly. All right. Then I want you to, if you've let Michael go, call him in again and know he's going to help calm you and make you feel better. Yes, it's time for Michael. There's so much to evolving. And look, this is one little thing, and here we are. But it all makes a huge difference. Archangel Michael works with me in your cord cutting. Well, I want him to work with you and have it be gone. So you need to ask yourself, what is it you're creating to have that still happen? That's what it's all about, healing the patterns. Thank you, Myra, for sharing. All right, Marby, many blessings to you, many blessings to all of you, and a great thank you to Michael and Victory once again for supporting me. And Brother John, how about that? Many blessings.